is up, fight fans? Welcome to the MMA Plug and the Colorado MMA Spotlight, sponsored by DenverSportsBetting.com. Check out Denver Sports Betting for the latest odds from Bet Rivers, news and articles on your favorite Colorado teams, weekly contests and challenges, and of course, UFC and mixed martial arts features, event previews, and interviews. I'm excited to turn the Colorado MMA Spotlight on Greeley and Northern Colorado. Today, we welcome into the show the new featherweight champion in the Legacy Fighting Alliance. There's the hardware, Justin Gonzales. J-Train, that hardware looks pretty good on that couch back there. I like what you did with it.
It feels good to have it home. I keep it clean. I keep it with me at all times. Feels great, man. It's exciting to have it. I'm pumped. I think Greeley's pumped for me, and I just can't wait for what's next.
Man, what a fight it was at LFA number 84. You and your opponent, Jake Childers, just put on a show, and we were excited about this. Pat Miletich, the UFC Hall of Famer, and myself, when you look on paper, you have two undefeated fighters coming at it. This was a UFC caliber world championship fight. You both delivered, but it was a real close fight. I know you got it got a little scary in that second round, Justin, but just recap that fight now that you've had a week to kind of let this the whole thing sink in a bit.
It's interesting. I think first round came out, kind of wanted to feel him out, see what he's all about. Landed a couple good hard strikes, and I think that really set the pace for the rest of the fight, really. I think I don't think he liked being hit. I don't think he liked the power, and it kind of changed things for him. At that point, I kind of figured he really wanted to wrestle. Going to the second round, I felt like that's where he was comfortable, but that's also, I like to fight there. So I was kind of like, hey, let's do this, man. I'm not against it. And took him down, felt like it was fairly easy takedown, and then landed some good strikes on top. And then just in the position, it kind of just went, I know better than the lean back in that position, and we've been over it. I knew right away what I did wrong, and he capitalized, man. He started in the Kimura, and then whenever I kind of sat back, he bumped into me, gained a dominant position, and then from there it just kind of it transitioned into worse for me.
How close was he with that submission? It looked like it was tight.
Man, it was tight. I give credit where credit is due, because Childers is slick with his jits.
Mm-hmm.
He must have trained that obviously a lot, and it was a good game plan. People know I like to wrestle. I think I showcased my hands a little bit more in this fight, but I think it was a great strategy for him. It was really tight. Man, there for a second, man, I kind of started getting a little hazy, getting a little dark, and I was like, man, I might be going to sleep here. But just kept fighting the position, trying to loosen it as much as I can, and then finally, once I got control of the hand and I got that deep breath, I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm back. So it was close, man. It's hard to say. It's in the heat of the moment, you're a little excited. You're kind of pushing the pace, and then to get caught in something like that, it's an eye opener for sure.
But the key is, Justin, is you survived the scare. I think something you could build off of, because you can go through that in camp, but when you're in the pressure of a fight, to be able to survive a really tight submission and get out of it and then turn the tables is something you can completely build on. And that's exactly what you did once you got out of it. I know that he spent a lot of energy trying to get you out of that second round. And that's when you really let your hands fly and just started breaking him down, especially with some nasty body shots.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a good majority of people probably would have tapped in that situation. You know, it's like you said, man, in a pressure fight and you're breathing hard and you're going, and a lot of people probably would have tapped there. We worked on it, man. Like I said, some of my partners put me in these spots, man, and I have to work out and I got to figure it out. And I'm thankful for them putting me in these spots that I don't want to
Right.
be, because look what happened. You know, it can happen to anybody. One small mistake can cost you a fight, and lucky for me, it didn't. So just build off of it, continue to grow. Remember, take it as a lesson learned the easy way, and just keep growing, man.
Yeah. And great victory for you. I think you made all of Colorado proud. You improved to 11-0. Spotless record in MMA is quite an accomplishment. And taking out Game Childers, who came in undefeated as well. So, I mean, congratulations. I know that you worked hard. Let's give, you mentioned your training partners at both Top Notch and Trails MMA. Ryan Schultz, one of the veterans, old school pioneer of the sport. We had him back in the IFL days, was in your corner, and he had you really well prepared, didn't he?
Absolutely. Man, both gyms, Top Notch. Rep my top notch shirt right now.
Heck yeah.
Man, my partner Ben Lugo was on the card. Unfortunately, just due to some medical stuff, it didn't happen. But he'll be back here in the next couple of weeks. I think he's trying to get on another card before the month ends. So hopefully he comes back and handles business. Over at Trials, man, we got gangsters over there as well, man. It's having Ryan in my corner is a big thing for me, man. Having Mike in my corner is a big thing for me. Those guys, man, they if I asked them to bend over backwards, they would. And it's, man, we come in early in the morning to get training in. We stay late at night. If I have questions, they stop and they'll break it down for me. And I'm so thankful to have those guys in my corner, man. It's there's just so many people involved, man. My partners, my coaches. I mean, these guys don't get enough credit, and simply even me saying thank you right now is enough credit. It's like I said before, it's not my success, it's our success. And without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. So it's such a, man, it just feels good just kind of just put it all together and then get the results that we're getting. Just on to the next one, man. I just bring on the world. Like I said, it's these guys have me ready. They keep the game fun for me. I keep learning and trying new things, new challenges. It excites me, man. It just gets me just thinking about it right now. I'm getting excited.
Yeah, you're ready to get back in the octagon, man. I know you are. This segment, it is called the Colorado MMA Spotlight. And Justin, for those that might not know your history here in the state of Colorado, let's talk about your time at Northridge High and wrestling there. And actually, you were a part of a team that did something special. Give us the details on that.
So I went to Northridge High School here in Greeley. We were 4A from 05 to 09. I wrestled, played football for a little bit.
Nice.
And just overall, loved it, man. That was my stomping grounds. So my time at Northridge was great. I personally third, second, first as a wrestler.
Impressive.
It was great, man. I loved it. Wrestling's been my thing since I was a little kid. My junior year, we were able to win a team state title, which was a big accomplishment for not only Greeley, but Northridge. It was, at the time, it was the first high school state title Greeley has won in over 60 years. And
incredible.
Still the lone state title in over those years. So it's cool to go back. Some of my friends coach over there, and it's cool to go back and watch the duels and just kind of see that lone banner up there, man. It's a piece of history. It's a part of legacy.
Yeah. Next time you go, you got to bring that shiny belt with you too. I mean, that's the key. No, it's a huge accomplishment. And still, like you said, still the only state title in school history. Quite an accomplishment. And then you go on to bigger things as you go off to the University of Northern Colorado and wrestle there with the Bears. Give us some details on your time at Northern Colorado.
UNC was awesome, man. I wanted to go to school there, and it was just a big thing of kind of making Greeley proud was a big thought. It was like, I want to be able to say I did it here, where a lot of people didn't think that you could, and for them, I just kind of watch me, it's, I had a great time there. We mentioned in a couple other podcasts and just on the LFA card, I was teammates with Justin Gaethje. We were good workout partners, man. He was a little bit older than me, but beat the shit out of me for a while.
Of course he did.
He improved.
Beat the shit out of everybody. Still is.
It was fun, man. It was cool kind of to be like the hometown hero,
Yeah.
I think, man, it was just fun. It was cool that my family was still here. They can come and watch me wrestle was a big thing. I could kind of still be there to guide my younger brother and try to help him. And he was wrestling in Windsor. So it was cool to just be able to still do me while also helping a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Loved it, man. Loved it. I still go back and wrestle there sometimes, obviously now with everything going on, it's a little bit hard, but I see some of the UNC guys who are here in town coming to roll around with me. Boo Boo Alirez, Jimmy Fate, there's a lot of different guys who come in and wrestle with me. Xavier Vasquez, and they help and they want to help me. So it's fun. They understand we have similar goals of wanting to be the best and being a world champion, being a national champion. It's cool to just that hunger. It's really cool. It's a really cool experience. So
yeah, for sure. And you mentioned current UFC interim lightweight champion Justin Gaethje, that you guys were teammates there. He's just another example, as you are, of the incredible athletes and the mixed martial arts scene here in the state of Colorado as it continues to blow up. Athletes from all over the world really coming here to Colorado. Back in the day, it was always, oh no, you got to go down to Jackson's Wink and train in Albuquerque, or out to the West Coast and AKA. But the way that the sports and the gyms are blowing up here in the state is pretty amazing. I mean, from your place, Trials, and everything else to Factory X, the Elevation Fight Team, the list goes on and on. Just give us your thoughts, Justin, on just how huge the MMA scene has become here in the state of Colorado.
Man, Colorado is pretty much the premier of MMA right now. I mean, it's cool. My two main gyms, Top Notch, Trials. But I jump around, I'm not dumb.
Right.
It's my coaches are on board with it. And it's like, hey, pick apart these guys' brains, I got really close with the guys up at Genesis. I'm
very cool.
Been going up to Elevation for a while, getting in those rounds with Dober, Gaethje, Sandhagen, Carrington Banks, Brandon Gertz. It's like these guys are killers, man. It's like that's the level I want to be on, and that's the type of fighters I'm going to have to fight and eventually kind of overcome. So it's cool, man. It's just so fun to get in there and play with these guys, and then even whenever we're trying to do something a little bit different, like I got people up in Denver at Hit Squad, man, just straight boxers.
Yeah.
And they were with me, it was cool because they were going southpaw with me, knowing that Childers was a southpaw. They would specifically go that way for me to just kind of get used to it. And I mean, I think it showed. It showed on Friday. So
yes, it did. Yes, it did. As you brought home the championship hardware, you're the new LFA Featherweight Champion, well deserved. We will see, Justin, if you are able to defend that title in the Legacy Fighting Alliance, or if the big show, the UFC or even Bellator comes calling. I think it would make sense that they would. But there's a lot going on in the world today in general, but also in the combat sports world. So if you're to come back and defend your LFA title, we would love to see you back in action. If it's the next step, moving on to the big show, we would wish you best of luck. We appreciate you coming on the Colorado MMA Spotlight and the MMA Plug today. Give you a chance, man, to just thank all those people that have supported you and your sponsors.
Man, thank you guys. Thank you. Whether it's LFA, whether it's UFC, Bellator, ONE, whoever it may be, man, just keep watching, man. I ain't stopping. I'm ready. I'm ready for it all. So thank you for having me, Ron. I appreciate it. Mom, Dad, love you. My family, my friends, even you haters out there, man.
Keep you motivated, right?
Keep me motivated.
I got them too, buddy. They're everywhere.
Man, let me think. AJ Vasquez, you don't get enough credit, man. Thank you behind the scenes. I know you wanted to come out there with everything going on. Just didn't happen. Team Taylor, coach, I love you. Thank you. 5-Star, Schmitz Telecom, Dynamic Mortgage, Rocky Mountain Flagging, Faithful Roofing, RNG Body Art. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I love you guys. Man, I wouldn't be here without you. So thank you guys for real, man. This means a lot to me. I hope my hard work just shows how much it really does help. So let's do this.
He's ready to get back in. And I have to personally thank you too, Justin, for giving me your actual walkout shirt after the fight. That was solid. My costly error was I put it in my backpack after the fight and left it in there, come home. So it's been in my backpack for 4 days. Next time, wash it and then give it to me. Okay. How about that? Deal?
Do that. Thought it might be more personal, more sentimental. Refresh.
That's right. That's the smell of victory, my man. All right, the new LFA Featherweight Champion, Justin Gonzales. Thanks for taking the time, bud.
No problem. Thank you, Ron.
All right, this has been the MMA Plug and the Colorado MMA Spotlight, sponsored by DenverSportsBetting.com. Check them out. New site they cover every one of the local Colorado sports teams, from the Broncos to the Avalanche to, of course, the UFC. And you can catch me calling the LFA fights on UFC Fight Pass every Friday nights alongside the UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. See tomorrow's UFC stars today in the Legacy Fighting Alliance. That is all.